Welcome back. My next guest is really a doll. She's part of Mr. Tim and the Denver Dolls, as well as a local actress, a mother, and just an amazing person. So here with me is Heather LAcy.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Avery Anderson.
Hello, Heather LAcy.
Extraordinary.
No. So although this is your first time being interviewed on the show, you've been on the Nightly Met before with the Nightly Met Christmas special.
I have, indeed.
Indeed. You.
That was a privilege.
Well, thanks for thank
really
you for
fun night.
It was a fun night. It was a little crazy.
It was a little crazy, as it always is backstage.
Yeah, but it was a fun night for sure.
Well, we had some crazy fun.
Yes. So in the group that you guys performed, Mr. Tim and the Denver Dolls.
Mr. Tim and the Denver Dolls, a very vintage Christmas show. Yeah, we
So,
enjoy doing that.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about Mr. Tim and the Denver Dolls. What is that?
Well, our company's name is YearRound Sound. We have several groups, and we are talking about adding more. We have Vintage, which is a trio of tight vocal jazz, and it's Tim and then two women, and it's very upscale. We're going to be putting a band behind that group and adding it. Yeah, so it's great for corporate events and weddings and all sorts of things. And then we have the Denver Dolls, which is our patriotic sort of Andrew Sisters group, and we do all sorts of, you know, flyovers. We do 4th of July, Memorial Day, Veterans Day. Yeah. Lots of retirement homes, summer concerts, and lots of Christmas gigs.
I can see that. Like ours, the Christmas special.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so not only are you a local actress and you're busy with that, but you're also running YearRound Sound. You co-founded it.
I did with my partner, Sarah Lippa, the amazing.
Where did that idea come from to kind of start this company?
You know, she and I had sung in other groups for years, and we just had a heart-to-heart one night and decided that we loved singing together and loved working together, and wanted to create a group where we could create opportunities for really a lot of other women in town to sing, those employment opportunities between shows, but men as well. And we wanted to really work with kind people who are easy to work with and show up prepared, and who treat each other well and laugh together. Yeah.
I love that was the premise of we just want to work with good people. That's all we want to do. Yeah. Well, it was a blast having a Christmas special, so I'll say thank you again for that.
Thanks,
and
Avery.
you are currently in Fun Home at Miners Alley Playhouse, closing this weekend.
Closing Sunday.
Closing Sunday.
3 more shows.
Yep, and then you're done with it.
Done.
What's that like to kind of, Fun Home, for those that don't know, is kind of the story of Alison Bechdel, based on her graphic novel, and it's a pretty intense show.
It is. It is. It's been a really great experience. This one is close to my heart. It's a great group of people. Once in a while you get an experience where a cast feels like family, and where the director feels like a family as well. And Lynn Matteo and Mitch Samu, our musical director and director, non-respectively, are just wonderful men in the room and really meet you and listen to you, make you feel heard, collaborate with you, and guide you in a very gentle and non-judgmental way. And that is creative. And so I really feel like we were able to sit in the room and go, no, even if it takes 10 extra minutes, let's get it right. So that's been really neat. And it gives me the chills to say that. So.
And talk about, this production's going 3 times in the state of Colorado so far this year.
Yes.
But with your guys' production in particular, on one of the preview nights, 20 audience members walked out of the theater.
Indeed, they did.
And for those that haven't seen, Miners Alley is a small, intimate space.
It's a small space. I believe it's 130 seats.
Yep.
And we had our first preview, which went excellently to immediate standing ovation. And then the second preview night was actually a private party for a very conservative group. And we kind of thought that might happen. But there was some vocalization of displeasure and a group walking out. But I will say the head of that group came back the next day and gave us an edible arrangement and apologized and said that, you know, he supported us. And I'll also say that that's the important work, because those are the people that need to see this show. Because even if it's just a seed planted, that all of us are humans and all of us deserve to be listened to, then the seed is planted.
Well, and I think Abigail Kachaver's in the cast with you, and I was telling her, you know, you guys were changing their hearts that night and starting to make them think differently, and that's why they got a little uneasy.
And you will notice that sometimes there are people during the bows sitting there, not clapping, but they stayed. And they listened.
It's very true.
So.
Very true. And once Fun Home's done, you have a little bit off, and then you're coming into Sunday in the Park with George.
Coming back to the Arvada Center for Sunday in the Park with George. And my daughter, Sophia Dotson, the amazingly talented Sophia Dotson, who I'm the first member of her fan club. I'm starting the fan club. I am. I'm saying it now.
The Sophia Dotson fan club.
That's right. She plays my daughter in both shows.
Oh,
so that's really fun.
That's
and
so cool.
Susanna McLeod, who plays our adult Allison, is also in Sunday in the Park.
So you guys are just all going over to the
It's going to be a little bit of a reunion.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Absolutely.
And the other night, I just have to bring this up because, you know, I can't let you go without talking about it. It was girls' night the other night. Did you go? Can we talk about that?
We can talk about that.
I know I wasn't invited, obviously, but
I'm inviting you next year.
So once a year, a whole bunch of women from the theater community get together and hang out.
That's right. We try to,
I think that's such a special thing.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. We started the tradition last year and just kind of a non-industry talk. How are you in your life?
Hanging out.
Girls' night, having drinks and talking about life. Because usually we're all just seeing each other in a professional setting and you can't really catch up like you like to.
Exactly.
So I planned to go. I planned with all my heart to go, but that same night was industry night of Fun Home to benefit the Denver Actors Fund, John Moore's Denver Actors Fund, to benefit Dan Langhoff, who was a friend of a lot of ours. And we finished the show, and then there were so many people, so many friends to hug and talk to that I didn't get out of the theater until about 11:30.
Oh, no.
And so at that point, I just decided to call it a night. But I saw the pictures of all my lovely friends. And
well, I just bring up because I know Stephen Burge was not the
crashed
happiest.
The party.
Well, I officially have an invite from you. I don't know about Stephen yet, but
Stephen, you're invited.
No, just me. I don't want to. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.